Good morning. Sorry, my dogs are really rambunctious right now, so you're gonna probably hear them playing. It is Monday, December 8th, and I am staying home today. This weekend, I had my first time dining out after doing Rato 4, and it went really well. I went out to a Japanese hibachi grill restaurant with some of my friends for one of my friend's birthday, and so I planned ahead kind of. Um, I did a little research on what kinds of things I can order at that restaurant as a vegan and what kind of things to avoid. Um, and it really helped because we actually had a really friendly and understanding waitress, and she was actually vegetarian. So, like, when we had, I had read that the soup they serve with the hibachi is not vegan, that they use, like, animal broth in it. So I just said, like, when I ordered, I just said, oh, I don't want the soup. Can I get extra rice instead of the soup? And the waitress was like, oh, actually, we have this other soup that's actually the miso soup, which is actually vegan. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll have that one instead. So she brought that one for me instead of the soup they normally serve. And I ordered the vegetable hibachi. And if you haven't been to one of these types of restaurants, the table is built around a grill, and then they grill the food right in front of you, which is actually really cool if you're vegan because you can watch them cook it and see what they're actually putting in it. They did use like some oils in it, which obviously I don't eat when I cook at home, but I think every once in a while it's not a horrible thing. You know, when you're going out to eat, it can be really hard to avoid that kind of stuff. So he also made mine first. So that was nice because it didn't have like meat juices on the grill and stuff like that. So he just grilled up some vegetables. It was mostly broccoli, carrots, and there's onion in there, which I know on Rato 4 you're not supposed to eat a lot of onions. But I didn't start picking the onions out towards the end because there was a lot of onion in mine. So yeah, I had that, and it was really, really good. And then I had some steamed white rice with it. So that went really well. I was pretty excited about that. And yeah, I also wanted to talk about today. Sorry. One other reason. There's a person walking by our house outside. Apparently that's the worst thing ever. But one other reason I wanted to start a healthier Ferris. One other reason I wanted to start a healthier lifestyle is because of the risk of diabetes. And my grandmother and my great-grandma both. My great-grandmother had diabetes, and my grandma has like pre-diabetes. She's kind of on the border. So it runs in my family, and I'm the kind of person, I don't go to the doctor often unless I like feel sick or I really can't stand it. Part of that is related to being overweight. It's not pleasant to go to the doctor, and every time you go, they tell you you have to lose weight, and it's just, I don't know. I always felt uncomfortable with conventional medicine and that type of thing, so I never enjoyed going to the doctor. I don't know if anyone enjoys it, but I feel like I could have had a better experience. So when I lived in France last year, to get your residency permit, you have to get like a medical exam to make sure you're healthy before they allow you to stay there. So at that, I haven't actually told anybody about this, but at that medical exam, they test, if you are overweight, they test your blood sugar. And they told me that my blood sugar was at dangerous high levels and that I should go see a doctor there in France about that. And I did not. I didn't go because the main reason I didn't go is because I have a huge fear of needles, and I've never had my blood drawn, and the thought of it just like really creeps me out. So I really don't want to have my blood drawn. Like, I didn't want to have to do that, so I didn't go. But it's scary to think like, oh, my blood sugar levels are really high. And I've had times where if I haven't eaten, I feel really weak. Things that could be a sign of diabetes or poor blood sugar. So I've had times also around that time when I was living in France, especially, I would have times where I would wake up in the morning and my vision would be kind of blurry for like 10 minutes. And I think that blurred vision is a diabetes or pre-diabetes symptom. So I have some kind of scary things with that, and I don't want to have diabetes. It's scary. And so it's kind of funny. I haven't really talked to anybody in my family about that, but I've had people say things to me like, oh, there's so much sugar in that fruit you're eating, and things like that. But I've researched, I've seen videos on YouTube talking about people curing diabetes with this lifestyle, and I think that's awesome. And it's just funny to me that people are concerned about how much sugar I'm eating now that I'm eating fruits. But before, I had a pretty bad eating habits. Before, I would eat cakes and cookies, ice cream, like all that kind of stuff, and no one was worried I was having too much sugar when I was eating cake and ice cream all the time. Like, it's just ridiculous to me. So, yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about for today. Here's what I'm having for breakfast right now. I'm having a little watermelon. I'm going to have, so this isn't a very big watermelon. It's not really a lot, so that's not going to make me full, obviously. Watermelons are obviously not in season. It's winter here. My mom got this one, I think it was like $3 or $4 for this little watermelon, so they're expensive. This one is really ripe and it's really good, but it's very little. So in a little bit, I'm going to also make myself some banana ice cream. I only have 2 frozen bananas in here. I have some bananas that are almost ripe that should probably be ripe tomorrow that are not frozen, but this is the last of my frozen bananas. So I'm going to have these 2 frozen bananas, and there's some frozen raspberries, and I've been loving these. These are some cherries. My grandmother picked these from a cherry tree we have in our yard this summer, and there's like 2 or 3 more bags like this, and there's another one. I already went through 1 bag of these, and they are sour cherries. They're really tart. They're really good when you mix them in with the other fruits and put some coconut sugar. So I've been loving those, and it's kind of just cool to like know that they came from our yard. I really want to have a garden this summer. Unfortunately, living in Michigan, you can't really garden in the winter because it's just too cold. And then I'm having these strawberries. I don't know if you can see them without me spilling it, but they kind of are like dried out because they've been in our fridge for a little bit. But I'm going to blend them up in the ice cream just to use them up and not to waste them. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to be eating for lunch and stuff. I have 3 acorn squashes in the pantry that I want to use up, so I might have those at dinner time tonight. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today. And sorry I haven't been posting the past couple of days. I had a busy weekend and stuff like that. But thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.